Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rewind by Affinity Streaming. I am Contrell, joined as always by Charles. How are you, Charlie?
Great. Pretty good. How are you
Good.
doing?
Amazing. Awesome.
Nice.
Today's movie is Shaft.
Yeah.
1971, rated R, runtime of 1 hour and 40 minutes. And if you haven't seen this movie, spoilers are ahead. But first, guys, please follow us on our socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, YouTube. We are at Affinity Streaming Podcast. All right, Charlie, Shaft, 1971. Was this a rewatch or a first watch for you?
For me, it was the first time ever.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time.
Nice.
What about you?
Yeah, it's a rewatch for me. I obviously didn't see it when it first dropped, but I saw it like in my adulthood at some point.
So when you're an adult, not when you're young still?
Not when I was young, no. I saw it in like my 40s maybe for the first time.
Ah, okay. Did you like hear about it or was it?
I mean, you knew there was like, because they've done remakes, they've done, so you know there's an original, so you go back and and you know Richard Roundtree's been in like everything, so you go back and you look. So
yeah.
It was directed by Gordon Parks, starring Richard Roundtree as John Shaft. 88 critics, 68 audience, which is interesting, and a 6.0 on Film Affinity.
Why is that interesting?
Because just that the critics enjoyed it more than the audience is interesting to me. Like that always.
I think you get a lot of those critics reviews are probably like new ones going back and looking at it. It's a little different.
It's possible, yeah. But even like
I'm not gonna like compile like newspaper clippings to like come up with that critic review.
Hey, you never know. Maybe some,
no, they're not doing that.
All right.
Go digging around in the 1971 newspaper to see what they said.
All right, so let's walk through this. It was released June 25th, 1971. Budget of
like,
$500,000.
50 years. Man.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Rest in peace, Richard Roundtree. Box office of $12 million. So Private Detective. Yeah, it was a hit. It was a big hit. Still, I mean,
not just among like black audiences, among like everyone.
I guess everyone. Yeah,
really put it because Richard Roundtree was like the first big black action star. So
that is correct.
Really broke boundaries as a movie.
That's correct. He starred as John Shaft. So he's walking around the city, and you hear that iconic Isaac Hayes bass line.
Yeah,
he's walking around.
That opening theme is just great. Like, it's so good.
Well, yeah.
Like, I don't know, what do you call it? Like funky music, funky score.
Yeah, it was Isaac Hayes, and he actually won a
got an Academy Award.
Academy Award for that.
Yeah, I didn't know that when I was watching it, but I was looking it up after, and it seems well deserved.
It's an iconic song, and it was just like that bass line like hit as soon as you're like he's walking around the city.
And then as it goes, it kind of like gives like, oh, and he's a sex machine and stuff like that. It's just like, okay. It just really sets up this character that's like so cool, so like awesome at everything he does.
Yeah.
You know? And I like how he's like walking down the streets, and like everyone knows who he is. Everyone's like friendly with him. Everyone knows what he does too. No one seems to mind when he's beating gangsters.
He's just he's a badass. He's Shaft.
Whoa, shut your mouth.
So he gets told by the shoe shine guy that some gangsters are looking for him. So he like sneaks around his office.
Like, the private detectives were talking to him. or
The
the
private,
actual detectives.
the
Sorry.
actual police. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I like his like I don't know his young partner who's like trying to like tell him what to do, and the old guy's just like, "Man, what are you doing?
we don't do it that
You can't
way.
you can't
We
do
don't do it
that,
that way.
Shaft."
Yeah,
Like everyone knows, even the cops know. Don't well, at least the good cops know. Just don't mess. Let him do
don't
his
mess with
thing.
him. Let him do his thing. We'll clean up the mess afterwards.
Yeah.
Um,
Of all
I
things, it
did.
reminded me of like Batman. You know how they're kind of you always have like the police commissioner Gordon is always like working with him and is kind of outside the rules, but he kind of lets him do it anyway.
I don't think Batman is as reckless as Shaft was, though. But
No.
yeah. So Shaft goes back to his office, and I feel like he overreacted on those two dudes. Like he never spoke to them. They never threatened him. He just like straight up started fighting them when he went into his office and threw one
Well,
out the
I
window.
guess he knows they're gangsters. He knows they're coming after it. He is like they're like at his place. I wouldn't be surprised if he like recognizes them. That's kind of the feel that the movie has that they know him, he knows them, and he's probably like had run-ins with them before, so he's not
He's
like
not
because
taking
he
any
saw the gangster in
chances.
the store and he recognized him from the back. That's pretty big familiarity.
Well, he
So
had that plaid jacket on that was fancy. Nobody else had. Nobody else had that
only
jacket.
gangsters wore those, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was either that they all just had the gangster uniform on, or he recognized them very well. I assumed it said he just recognized them, and
Yeah, I
it's like
think he just.
I already know these guys. They're trouble. I'm just going to deal with them
Yeah, I'm just
as
gonna fight them right in the office and throw one out
his
the window.
tiny office.
Yeah, tiny little
His office is
office.
like the size of my dining table.
So yeah, so then we meet. So did we meet the lieutenant before that or after that?
That was before. He was the guy who stopped him in the
Oh, he
street.
told them they were looking for. Oh no, the shoe shine man told them they were looking for him.
Yeah,
And
I
then so anyway, we meet the lieutenant. Question Shaft about the guy falling out of his window.
yeah.
Shaft says
It was an accident.
it's an accident.
Of course.
So
People
then he
just
meets
falling
with
out windows.
the guy who sent the gangsters, Bumpy Jonas.
Yeah, Bumpy is great. What do you think about Bumpy?
I like Bumpy. Bumpy was played by Moses somebody. Yeah, I know his name was Moses.
Yeah,
Moses Brown maybe. Yeah,
Moses Gunn.
Moses Gunn. Yeah,
Yeah,
played Bumpy.
yeah. He did a pretty good job. He's in this opening scene, and he's kind of like he plays like a really tough guy at first, and you can feel that. I mean, he's
He
used to
really
getting
cares
what he
about his
wants.
daughter. Yeah,
Yeah, but he's used to getting what he wants, and yeah, it kind of transitions nicely into this. Like he's really just worried about his daughter, and he has like a little. He doesn't like completely cry, but he has that like tough guy cry kind of thing.
yeah,
But I don't know. I really liked how he played that scene. I thought it was pretty good.
yeah. So Bumpy hires him to find his daughter.
Yeah,
Um,
and so Shaft goes looking for the daughter, but and I like how he does it too. It's like it feels like a real investigation. It's like an old school investigation where he's knocking on doors, talking to the people he knows, which is
yeah.
everyone basically. But
So Bumpy accuses Ben
yeah,
Buford, but Bumpy knew Ben Buford didn't do it. That's what I got. He didn't know he did it, right? He just
yeah,
he knew he didn't do it. He was just trying to set. I don't know what his motivation was for that, but
I think I'm not really sure either. That part's a little confusing. Like, was he? Maybe he was trying to get Ben killed, like a semi, not really a rival, but just kind of like there's another player, and he just wanted to get rid of him.
yeah.
Maybe that's
Or
all I
maybe
can
he
really.
knew he would recruit Ben Buford to go fight the Italians for him. I guess,
Maybe, but
which is
Bumpy
what
has his own
happened.
guys. It's a little. Maybe Bumpy
Yeah,
didn't want to actually be involved. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
The motivations on that part are a little shaky to me, but yeah,
Yeah, that was shaky.
yeah,
So anyway, so Shaft and Buford team up.
Yeah, but Ben's
Um,
like in what, like some kind of Black Power organization.
yeah, and I
Not
guess
really.
Shaft
I don't know if it's a
used to be
specific
in it
one.
because they said, "Oh, we
Yeah.
used to run the streets together."
Well, either that or Ben used to be a PI. It was a little that's a little unclear too.
Yeah, if
The point is they go way back.
they go
That's the
way
point.
back. Yeah.
And then now he's like, I don't even know you, man. Also, everyone keeps calling each other a cool cat.
Yeah, what's up, cat?
I
So,
don't know. Did people talk like that
I
ever?
I don't know. I think maybe, but I wasn't
Yeah,
there. So,
because like
uh,
you were saying that the speaking was like a little over the top, and I
yeah, I
was like,
felt like
I
the
like I'm not
dialogue was.
sure. Okay,
Yeah, I feel like it's over the top a little bit. I
okay.
don't
I
think
have I have
people.
no idea. I
I
wasn't
have no
around in the
idea either.
set.
I'm just guessing that.
Okay,
Um,
that was my feeling, but like I don't know actually. Like,
yeah, I like the Bumpy's the line I wrote down. Bumpy's bodyguard, like, or the guy when he came back to Shaft's office,
yeah,
he was complaining that Shaft wasn't there, and
yeah.
he was just like, he picked up your man and threw him out the goddamn window. That made me laugh so hard.
That's some cold shit. Throwing my man Leroy out the window. Just picked my man up and threw him out the goddamn window.
That was so funny. I don't know
Yeah,
why I found that funny, but just the way that guy delivered the line, he
yeah,
was
no,
just
it
like,
was
"You
pretty
threw
great.
him out the goddamn window."
Yeah, and Shaft standing like right behind him too.
Yeah, I gotta. That was amazing.
Yeah, and I also like how Shaft doesn't even care that he's like right behind him. Like normally in a lot of movies they'd have that scene where he's like, "Are you talking about me?" And he doesn't even care.
Yeah, he
He just
doesn't
throws guys
care.
out the
He
window,
knows.
and he's just more concerned that Bumpy's sitting in his chair. Like, get out of my
uh,
seat.
so of course we see Shaft took up with some lady who's like, one of my other favorite lines. She's like, "Oh, Shaft, I love you," and he's like, "I know, baby." That was like
I was confused. I thought that was his wife, but I guess not. It's just some girl.
some girl, but she had like pictures of him, like
I don't know.
on
It's a
the.
little confusing.
Yeah, it was
Or
a little
he's
weird.
married and also sleeps around. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he does.
Yeah,
Uh,
so like the women in this movie are like not they're not really they don't exist really except to like please Shaft. So,
yes, and for
like
him to bleed on their couch when he gets shot.
I guess a little rude of him, right?
He's very rude. So
Yeah,
he
so
tracks
that
down
was a part of
Ben.
the movie that they could have had. Well, I didn't need it, but it stood out to me that there's literally no women characters in this movie, like zero. I don't even think they get a name, do they? Or do
Yeah, I think he called the one. Well, the daughter I think was Marcy. I think they called her Marcy. I don't
yeah,
think they ever called the Shaft's girlfriend by the name.
yeah. I mean, I
Um,
guess it was the '70s, well, early '70s.
yeah,
So then, like an action movie, maybe it's not like a women's movie. I don't know, but they had them in as like I don't know. I was gonna say prostitutes, but I guess they're not actually prostitutes.
they.
That's what.
I couldn't find the name of the lady he picked up in the bar.
Oh, they
Anyway,
say the name actually. You're right, because
they
the
say her name.
other, I guess it's a gay bartender. He tells
Yes,
he
I thought
tells
that
him,
was very progressive too. For
yeah, and
1971.
he's not overly the top gay either. He's just like,
Right,
yeah,
but
she was interested.
you knew the moment he spoke he was gay. I mean, you.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I didn't really think about it. He could have just had like a lisp or something,
Yeah,
but then
I
he,
thought
he
it was
like
very
literally said
progressive for
he like literally said
1971.
yeah. I
Yeah.
thought that was funny too. He's like, oh, she said she would straighten me out, but yeah, but he's
uh,
not like he's not overly the top gay. He's just
yeah,
gay.
he's
That's it.
just gay. Yeah.
Which yeah, for
Um,
the '70s is pretty progressive. Even for now,
yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
progressive.
Yeah, I thought it was very like, and it wasn't like a butt of a joke or anything. He was just there
Yeah,
as a
he's just
yeah,
there. He's the bartender and he's gay. That's it.
yeah. That was great. Um,
Yeah.
so Shaft and Buford, one of Buford's guys gets shot up, and
Yeah, there's a
they
big shootout at Ben's place.
Yeah, there's a big
I'm,
shootout.
I'm still confused on who was that.
I
I
think
that
he
wasn't
was.
clear.
Yeah, I think they were after Shaft.
The
I
mob.
don't know. Yeah, the
The
mob
mafia.
for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, that part's a little shaky.
Yeah, that whole plot point was
Because
shaky.
then I don't know if I missed it. Because then they're accusing Bumpy of being involved, of knowing. So I was like, how did he set the? I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think you're just supposed to ignore that and enjoy the movie. I don't think you're supposed to pay attention to the plot. Just...
It's kind of a big moment of the movie.
Yeah. So anyway, Shaft goes and pretends to be a bartender to get these two mobsters arrested and question them about the daughter.
Yeah, that was pretty. I like that whole scene. How he's being pretty clever about it too.
Yeah,
And I think that's like overall movie. He's like, I like that kind of like basic detective work where they're just like, I don't know, knocking on doors and pretending to be bartenders to like get the bad guys, you know. And oh yeah, he like calls up the police, the detective, and he's like pretending he's like a prostitute or something. And he's like calling up a prostitute for this guy's like, hey baby, why don't you come over here? that was great because he's like standing right in front of the gangsters, so he has to like pretend it's someone else.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was
and
probably
also,
my favorite scene. The bar
Yeah.
scene was probably my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
So that's where he meets the lady too that he takes back home.
Yeah.
And kicks her out at some point.
Yeah. And she tells him in a great line here, "You're great at sex, but you're shitty afterwards."
And he's like, "Yeah, baby, I got work to do. Get on out."
Yeah.
It's like you can't shut the door behind you.
God damn, it's just like that stuff is over the top. Where it's just like, all right, give him another lady. That'll take up some time.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, let's just show how much of a man he is. As soon as he walked into the place, she was all like, "Ooh,
yeah,
who's that? John Shaft."
Yeah.
All right, so his plan to like rescue the girl was pretty bad. The first time when he just like followed the guy into the apartment and pulled the gun on him.
He has the gangster with like a gun to his head, and he's just like, "All right, show me in." Oh wait, shit, there's other guys here, or no?
Yeah.
Oh no, they have guns. I guess he didn't think that they would like shoot him through the guy.
Yeah, but still, you just go in and make sure she's all right and ask them what they want. You don't. I mean, his plan was just bad.
But I did like his line where they're like the guy he has like hostage is explaining like, "Oh, they'll shoot right through me. They don't care." And he's like, "Oh yeah, well you're my ace, so I gotta call you." So, I really liked that because he's like, "Oh," he realized he's in like a world of shit, but he's like, I mean, I gotta call their bluff. I have no choice now.
Yeah. And then they shoot him up. He gets shot. It's just like right in the shoulder or something.
Yeah, it looked like he got shot like 20 times.
I know, but he had like one bullet in the shoulder.
I guess he's Shaft. The other bullets just went around him.
Yeah, that's the awesome leather coat he had just blocked.
Yeah, that's
everything. Right. So they take him back to his wife, girlfriend, or his number one squeeze's house.
Yeah, whatever she is.
Whatever she is.
I bet she doesn't know either what she is.
Yeah, she doesn't know. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, Shaft, I love you. I love you, Shaft. I know, baby.
Everyone loves Shaft.
Oh, that was great. So he calls Bumpy, says, "Your daughter's fine, but we need to get some men and go to the hotel where they're at." That hotel looked pretty shady to have like a doorman, an elevator man, and a wait staff. It just seemed
it's a nice hotel.
Was that a nice hotel?
Yeah, I mean they didn't film it in a nice hotel. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be a nice hotel, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like a lot of the places they filmed were like so like dirty and grimy. Like Bumpy is supposed to be like head of a criminal organization, and he's in like, I don't know, like the back door of a shitty apartment. You know?
His office was nice though, but it was just
Yeah, but right outside, it's
leading
like
into
ugly
it
as
was the
shit.
shit. Yeah, like just a table and a chair.
Yeah, like the walls are like dirty. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
don't you care?
So they have
Yes,
this extravagant plan to rescue the girl.
dude, I love that plan. It's like it takes so long. It's like literally like 5 or 10 minutes to set it up. It's like really convoluted. Like, oh yeah, we got to get the waiters. We're gonna like come down the side of the building with like ropes. There's the taxis outside. We're gonna get the fire hose
firebomb
too.
in there. Throw a Molotov
Yeah,
cocktail in there.
yeah.
And
Oh,
like, what
we
was
can't
it
use
with
this
the water
shit.
hose? I'm like, y'all have all these guns. What was the water hose for? Just...
I don't know. It was they. I feel like they saw that on the wall and were like, dude, we can use this. I mean that. I mean that like for like the director or like the actors. Like,
yeah.
they're just like, oh, that's a cool idea. Even though, because
let's
they
just
have
hit him
guns.
with the water hose.
Maybe they didn't have enough guns. So
Maybe, I guess they did have like the Tommy gun, but that wasn't enough. They just needed a water hose also.
But yeah, so it takes like 5 or 10 minutes to set all that up, and it's just like it's like slowly building, and then it just action. He like throws the fireball in through the window, jumps in, and then like everyone's bursting out, getting shot out in the hallway, and the fire hose is going off. It's just like it's great.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But they rescue the girl. They drive away in their taxi cabs.
Yeah, did you catch like the one guy? Like they're all getting in the taxi cab, and the one guy's like running along the side trying to get in still.
And Shaft walks across the street with his like music playing and calls the cops.
Yeah.
And tells them that
this case is blown wide open.
I saw.
No, he's like, the case is blown wide open, and the lieutenant's like, okay, why don't you close it? Close it yourself.
And then laughed and like, close it yourself.
That great laugh. He has such a great laugh.
Yeah,
does it at the very beginning of the movie. He does it. There's that young police officer is like telling him like, hey, where are you going? And he's like, to get laid. And he does this laugh. It's so good. Get laid. Where are you going?
Where are you going?
God, he's just like
that was great.
He's such a fun, over the top character.
And it's definitely over the top.
Just like oozes badass, you know?
Yeah. Isaac Hayes, the theme from Shaft won Academy Awards. Nominated for Golden Globe Award.
Yeah.
And it won a Grammy Award. So good song. Good song.
Yeah, well, good.
And Richard Roundtree did win an MTV Lifetime Achievement Award. So
really?
Just as a stamp on his career.
Yeah.
So he was great.
So have you seen the other Shaft movies?
I feel like I saw I haven't seen any of the Richard Roundtree Shafts. I feel like I have seen the Samuel L. Jackson Shaft from 2000, but I don't remember a single thing about it.
Yeah, seeing Shaft now, I haven't seen that one either, but seeing Shaft and like Samuel Jackson's a pretty good like follow up to that.
Yeah.
Because there's not so many people that can play that like well, and Samuel Jackson can definitely play that. So yeah.
So there was a Shaft's Big Score in 1972 and Shaft in Africa in 1973.
I'm very curious what that involves.
So Roundtree was actually in the Samuel L. Jackson remake as his uncle.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty
cool. All right, cool.
Have you seen other blaxploitation movies?
I've seen some of the Pam Grier ones. I don't know if you're familiar with Coffee or
no.
That's the first one that comes to mind. But I have seen I have seen them. Yes,
Okay.
some of them. But yeah, this one is
It's like the iconic
probably
one.
the iconic, the one everyone knows.
Yeah.
But there are some ones that are way more over the top than this.
Yeah. That's what I was more familiar with. Like I hadn't seen them, but that was like the ideas that I was more familiar with. So when I saw this movie, it was for me, I was seeing it and like, yeah, there's stuff that's over the top, like Shaft the character and how people talk. But overall, like the movie itself is pretty grounded. It's just like there's a mafia struggle with like a gang, you know. It's a pretty normal. There's no like crazy shootouts. There's just he's just trying to get his daughter back. It's pretty relatively simple.
Pretty straightforward. I feel like I have my costume for next Halloween though. I think I need to find me a Shaft, that turtleneck and a leather jacket and a little wig.
Yeah.
I mean, if I start growing it now, by next Halloween I'll be ready. So,
and you can be a bad motherfucker.
That's right. Shut your mouth. All right, Charlie. Anything else you want to bring up on this movie?
Nah, it was great. It does slow down a bit in the middle, I think, but it's a good time.
Once you have to deal with all that plot stuff,
Yeah. The plot thickens.
The plot gets in the way. Awesome.
Yeah, it's still interesting though.
Very interesting movie. I recommend if you haven't seen any blaxploitation movies to go check it out.
And not just that, it's a solid action movie too.
It's a solid action movie.
A solid like older like private detective type movie. It's a good time.
You get to hear some solid 70s dialogue and that awesome Isaac Hayes song.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So thanks for joining us, guys. Next week we're going to be doing Gladiator starring Russell Crowe. That's up next week. Cool. For Charlie, this is Contrell for Affinity Streaming Rewind. See you next time. Thanks, guys.
See you. Bye.